Well, the virus has now killed more than 100 people in China, and new cases have been confirmed around the world.
So you don't want to frighten the American public.
France and South Korea have also got evacuation plans.
But you need to prepare for and assume
strongly warning Americans to avoid all non-essential travel to China.
That this is going to be a real serious problem.
France, Australia, Canada, the US, Singapore, Cambodia, Vietnam, the list goes on.
Health officials are investigating more than 100 possible cases in the US.
Germany, a man has contracted the virus.
The epidemic is a demon, and we cannot let this demon hide.
Japan, where a bus driver contracted the virus.
Coronavirus has killed more than 100 people there and infected more than 4,500.
We have to prepare for the worst, always, because if you don't and the worst happens.
War Room Pandemic. Here's your host, Stephen K. Bannon.
You know, one of the threats that the FBI has alerted our companies and the public to was the possibility of a hack and leak operation in the days or weeks leading up to this election. So you had both the public testimony from the FBI and in private meetings, alerts that were given to at least our company, I assume the others as well, that suggested that we be on high alert and sensitivity, that if a trove of documents appeared, that we should view that with suspicion, that it might be part of a foreign.
Here's a guy gets caught, and the media doesn't want to write about it. You know what they call it? Not freedom of the press, suppression of the press. We don't have freedom of the press. You know what? We don't have, you understand that? We don't have freedom of the press. We have suppression of the press, and there's never been a time when it's more obvious than right now. Is that right? Is that right, Charlie?
Takes the view you can censor the New York Post, you can censor Politico, presumably you can censor the New York Times or any other media outlet. Mr. Dorsey, who the hell elected you and put you in charge of what the media are allowed to report and what the American people are allowed to hear? And why do you persist in behaving as a Democratic super PAC, silencing views to the contrary of your political beliefs?
Let's give...
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of special counsels, but if Joe Biden wins the presidency, I don't see how you avoid one. Otherwise, this is going to be, tucked away. We will never know what happened. All this evidence is going to be buried. So I think we'd have to have a special election if Joe Biden wins. Yeah, but here's another question, Maria. John Solomon has a great article taking a look at Joe Biden's tax returns, where he reports $16 million of income since he left office, but his financial disclosure only shows $3.2 million in assets. John talked to a tax advisor, said that his net worth ought to be at least $9 million. Where did the other $6 million go? I'm hoping people are starting to take a look in, the Caribbean, the Cayman Islands, that type of thing, to find out, where might that $6 million be tucked away? Inquiring minds want to know.
Welcome. You're in the War Room, live from the nation's capital. It's Thursday, the 29th of October, the year of our Lord 2020. You're watching the show that gives you tomorrow's news today, the signal, not the noise. And today's all signal, no noise. Okay, we got to get down to it. We're the first guys to call for the firing of the FBI director. That's all going to happen. FBI director is going to be fired Tuesday night. Head of the CIA fired Tuesday night. I believe Secretary of Defense fired Tuesday night. All should go. They should be fired today. Just do a clean sweep. Special counsel, Senator Johnson, only one mistake in your analysis. Special counsel has to be Barr should put a special prosecutor on this today. Win, lose, or draw. There's no way that Joe Biden wins this. Now, I'm not saying there's a zero probability they might not be able to steal it, but no chance he wins it. What we have today, and that's what's so important about the cyborg, I'm now actually convinced, I'm going to take it back, I think, from yesterday. There are no conspiracies, but there are also no coincidences. I do believe that now, I actually think that Zuckerberg may be an alien or maybe AI. Now, I'm serious about this. We got to get into this. This is I'm beyond QAnon. QAnon, hey, leaving you guys behind. Like, no, I'm that's a whole nother deal. It's something not right with that brother. Okay? Not right with that brother. This is why the FBI director, who in the FBI called you? Why didn't they ask that question? Who in the FBI called Zuckerberg? Who? You're either a stone-cold liar, I want to hear some names. Those people got to go. Deconstruct the administrative state. Let's get a special prosecutor on this immediately. What we're about to show you in the show today, we've got Rudy G. We got Rudy G. coming on 11 o'clock. Pasobic on at 10:30. We're trying to track down. We're going to get Raymond Ibrahim. We had him on the other day. It was a called shot in France. This thing's only going to metastasize. I got the great Raheem Kassam is going to be here. We're going to try to get the guys from Front National maybe on in the second hour with Raymond Ibrahim. My producer's looking at me cross-eyed like, what are you doing here? We got 50 guests and everything to do. But we got to talk about France. We're going to have Raymond on the other day. We had him on a week ago. He talked about this. He said, this is coming in France. This is huge. This is signal, not noise, and we got to watch this. At a Catholic church today, another beheading with 3 women at Mass, another beheading. They're in your grill. Okay, this is calculated. This is not just random events. This is calculated. And the decent, hardworking, the Lao Beijing of the Muslim community's got to step up here. You're the guys that got to stop this, right? You're the guys that got to stop this. The Lao Beijing, the old 100 names of the Muslim community in France, got to stop it. We've got by popular demand, Sam Faddis, and I'm actually going to let him speak today. Thank you. Keep it coming and hashtag war and pandemic. God, talk about brutal. I'm just kidding. We want your comments, want your observations. Okay, but first, before we get to Sam, go jump in here.
Remember, there's QAnon, and then there's Espanon.
Espanon. Okay, don't start that. Don't start that. Don't go there. Don't go there. We're going to get T-shirts made. Okay, but here's the most important thing. Noah Benjamin and the great. We're a war room. We're not here to entertain you. We're not here to make you feel happy or This is a war room. We run it like a war room. We've been working on this hard drive. Things led by the crack IT team. We've been able to get to documents, and now Jack Maxey has been not sleeping. I look like the guy's not sleeping. Jack Maxey actually not sleeping. We're going to be dumping financial documents all day long. Joe Biden, and this is the way the system works, he says yesterday on Oprah, Hunter is the smartest guy I know. Hunter's smart. And you can't find that. You can't find that anywhere. Our crack team's trying to find it. If anybody out there has it, send it to us right now. Put it up on the live stream. We want to hear from his lips. Hunter is the smartest guy I know. We're going to show you how smart Hunter is. This family's totally compromised. They've sold us out to the Chinese Communist Party. They've actually, I think, sold us out to the Russians and everybody. They're open for business. Tucker summarized it perfectly last night, right? This is monetizing access to Joe Biden. And they're mocking you. I want to make sure the Bernie bros and all the working class Democrats that listen to the show, he's laughing in your face. Oh, Hunter's the smartest guy I know. They're laughing at you. They're laughing at you. I want you to embrace that. They're laughing at you. They think it's a joke. There's no more Republican, Democrat, conservative, progressive. All that's meaningless. That's old politics. This is globalist versus nationalist. This is elitist versus populist. This is the I hate to say it, the late Republic of Rome, but this is the late Republic of Rome. This is what we're seeing. This is how republics collapse. This is how republics go away. The elitists eventually, the globalist elitists, like in the Roman Republic, eventually just crush the populist opposition, the populist nationalist opposition. Hey, maybe I don't think everybody in the world ought to have Roman citizenship. Maybe just like guys in Rome. Maybe we spread it to Italy. Okay, I know you want to hear Sam Faddis. Okay, Sam, give us, particularly Zuckerberg, saying and Milesguo said social media is the greatest weapon in the world today, these totalitarian governments. You got a firewall in China, and we have a firewall here in the United States. Right. Walk us through where we sit from Sam Faddis is a career CIA operative, many years undercover or behind the scenes. Now has come out, wrote a great book 10 years ago on the decline and fall of the CIA. And a great patriot, loves the CIA, but wants it radically reformed. Where are we in this entire thing as you now see this playing out?
Well, let's start with this, with Mr. Zuckerberg. I have no idea who the hell supposedly called him from the FBI, whether in fact that conversation ever took place. But
you think he's lying?
Well, let's put it this way. Where I was coming from was I've been sitting here for days with unrestricted access to this material. I've gone through this. I have no idea where the Bureau's been for the year almost that they've had it. But the suggestion that this material is made up, that this is phony, that this is a fraud, is ludicrous, impossible. There is no question about the authenticity of the material being released, which I think fundamentally is where he's really coming from. He's not coming at this because he thinks that this is fraudulent. He's coming at this the way he is because he knows it is, in fact, authentic. It says exactly what you're saying it says. And he's terrified on behalf of the folks that he's in bed with, the Democratic Party, of the implications. So he's throwing a blanket over this. He is doing exactly what everybody thinks he's doing. He is suppressing the truth. This is straight out of, by the way, communist China, right? This is straight out of a communist regime where we just sit on the truth.
Okay, but here's the thing. He says the FBI told him that it was going to be Russia. The FBI's had this since November, December of a year ago, almost a year.
Absolutely.
They would have, you heard him say this or something, they would, why wouldn't they tell him at the time, oh, no. There may be try to be Russian interference, but this is actually the real deal. This is
exactly what they should have
said. Is there any doubt in your mind that the FBI went into this hard drive as soon as they got it and saw the same material you saw?
No question. I mean,
is there any doubt in your mind as a CIA operative that dedicated your career to your country that what you've seen on here is accurate and factual?
There is no doubt in my mind. Nobody's had to break into a secret compartment, by the way. They've had to open the email on the laptop. They've had to access completely unencrypted PDF files. My God, how long would that take you? As long as it takes to power up the computer, you can start reading this stuff. So, yeah, the FBI's known exactly what's in their possession for months, and clearly somebody made the decision to sit on it.
Sam, I want to ask you a question, too. I mean, now we know they've had the laptop for a year, but our signal intelligence, our counter-espionage group run by Peter Strzok and Mr. Prystapp during all this era, how is it possible that they could not have known about this?
Yeah, not possible. Look, again, we talked about this briefly yesterday. You're talking about year after year after year of a worldwide conversation, multiple deals, money moving everywhere. Lots of the Chinese folks here are intelligence or senior CCP people, which means they're on every target list, not just of ours, of the Brits, of anybody else that cares about communist China. So U.S. intelligence community writ large has to see this traffic and be seeing these banking transactions.
And not just that, in the banking world, you're called PEP, you're politically exposed person. Inside baseball war room nomenclature, everybody at a certain level, yours truly, everybody else at this level, Hunter Biden, James Biden, Joseph Biden, they are politically exposed people. Every check that they write, absolutely, every incoming wire they get, everything that they do in a banking, that's the price of admission if you want to be at senior level of making decisions. That access has a counter. 100%, 1,000%. Every transaction they ever did over all those years is tracked by the SWIFT system.
Absolutely.
This is how we have the Chinese. We have the Chinese gripped, right? We got them gripped. They're trying to get off the SWIFT system. The power of the SWIFT system is we can see every money transfer globally. All you Tea Party guys sitting there, oh, yeah, well, you're not. When you get to a certain level politically exposed, they can see everything that you do at every second of the day. There's no doubt that they knew about this, that the Treasury Department knew about this, the Treasury Department intelligence agencies knew about this. Remember, Treasury Department's got a huge intel operation, right?
It's a huge part of the intelligence we collect. I mean, it related to China, related to terrorism, related to everything.
How did this not get up in some sort of report to Obama or somebody?
Okay,
how did this not happen?
There's no question that not only was it collected, but people wrote reports on it. Now, who sat on those reports? Who crushed those reports? Who decided not to take action on those reports? Those are the questions at hand. But it didn't just sit in a database.
What did it do?
Well, analysts wrote reports on it. They surfaced it. The system worked.
Comey, Clapper, Brennan, Hayden, that whole crowd?
All of them would have known.
And Ray. And Haspel.
Absolutely.
All got to go. Heads on pikes. And I personally like some of those people, but hey, not about personality. Got to go. Head on a pike. Do it now. Don't wait till Election Day. Stand and deliver. Do a clean sweep. Back with Sam Faddis. 1 second.
Do you have any idea how your mattress affects your body and how well you sleep? Is it too hard or too soft, causing you to wake up with sore shoulders, back, or hips? Are you uncomfortable because you're too hot or too cold? Now you can get the total body support you need and the better sleep you want with the new MyPillow mattress topper.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell. When I invented my new MyPillow mattress topper, I made it to have everything you'd ever want in a topper. My mattress topper helps give you the support you need, helps relieve your pressure points, and regulates your body temperature for you as an individual. It comes with a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry the cover. It's made in the USA, and I back it with my 60-day money-back guarantee.
Go to MyPillow.com or call now to get your very own MyPillow mattress topper. Use the promo code and Mike will give you 30% off and 2 standard MyPillows absolutely free. Order now.
MyPillow topper delivers on its promise to give me a better night's sleep.
I can sleep all night through, and it's a miracle for me.
Mike's exclusive 3-layer design starts with a layer of MyPillow foam, providing you superior support and comfort. The second layer of transitional foam evenly distributes body weight and helps relieve uncomfortable pressure points for optimal comfort. Mike's ultra-soft outer layer is a patented temperature-regulating cover that helps keep you at your ideal sleeping temperature all night long. Unlike other sleep systems costing thousands, the MyPillow mattress topper takes comfort to a whole new level without any wires, remotes, or moving parts. Call now or go to MyPillow.com to order your MyPillow topper. Use the promo code to save 30%. When you do, Mike will give you 2 of his standard MyPillows absolutely free. That's right, 2 standard MyPillows free and 30% off your MyPillow topper today. Order now.
I personally guarantee it's going to change your bed into the most comfortable bed you'll ever own.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
My son needs this drug. I hope it doesn't cost too much. I hope my insurance pays for it. Can you tell me how much this will be?
67.
Sorry.
Wait, have you heard about GoodRx? GoodRx finds free coupons to help you save up to 80% on your prescriptions.
Wow. I had no idea.
GoodRx. Stop paying too much for your prescriptions.
What started out as a better floor liner for your car turned into even more superior ways to protect the inside and outside of your vehicle. That led to enhanced ways to protect your home and to keep your pets safe. Next came the best ways to secure and protect your phone. But the most important things worth protecting are American jobs. WeatherTech, made right in America.
War Room Pandemic with Stephen K. Bannon.
The epidemic is a demon, and we cannot let this demon hide.
War Room Pandemic. Here's your host, Stephen K. Bannon.
On the John Fredericks Radio Network on Real America's Voice, that is Dish Channel 219, and in Chicago, Comcast 113. Rob Sig and Howard Diamond doing an amazing job. And now John Solomon got an entire crew over there. And, of course, Raheem Kassam. Just killing it at Real America's Voice. Newsmax TV now in 70 million homes. Chris Ruddy and the team down in Florida. We got Florida. We got Colorado. We got production teams all over. And, of course, in Richmond, Virginia with John Fredericks. I want to thank everybody who makes this show possible. And, obviously, G News and GTV, Milesguo and the team. You got Luda, all of them that put it in Mandarin and get it out throughout the world, made this a global show. Everybody in Australia, throughout the world. We know that the most important election in your lifetime right now is occurring next week. In fact, we got huge news we're going to announce tonight on Luda's show. So I think it's going to be 8:30. Huge announcement tonight and then tomorrow morning on John Fredericks. Remember, the most important election in China in 5,000 years is next Tuesday. Democracy comes to China. It is. This is the most important election in China in 5,000 years. Okay? And we're honored to be sharing that and working with Lao Beijing and the folks over at G News and GTV to bring it all to you. Okay, Sam Faddis. Jack Maxey's back in the war room. Yes, sir.
The docs are up.
The doc. Okay, right now, go to our Twitter feed. We want everybody to go our Twitter feed. Jack Maxey, Noah Benjamin, the entire team have been cranking nonstop for days and days and days. And now we're putting out the details of the financial documents, all the lies of the Biden, the crime syndicate, right now coming exposed. All of it. Oops. got Burisma, got wire transfers. You can see the wire transfers. You can see the engagement letters, all signed documents. Jack Maxey, we're going to get to that in a second. Just an amazing job. Incredible. So go to the Twitter feed. You just see them one at a time. They're going to be linked. I think other news organizations are going to be collating this and kind of putting some context on it, but it's all the financial documents of this group of criminals. Yep, criminals. That's what they are. All the people associated with them ought to come forward now, start signing affidavits for the rats to start leaving the ship. Sam Faddis, you're a career CIA guy. They got security clearances. Joe Biden's got a SITK. He's got a compartmented clearance. Should he be walking around with a compartmented clearance? He's clearly in business with the Chinese Communist Party, our greatest enemy the country's ever had. Should he have a security clearance?
No, there's no way in hell he should have a security clearance. If he was at the agency, he'd be walked out. But, I mean, let's take it a step further. If he was at CIA and this information exists, he'd be lucky if he wasn't under arrest and already indicted. I mean, this is not about Hunter's cocaine anymore, Hunter taking payoffs. This is about the Chinese Communist Party.
This is not about Hunter Biden. He's just a bag man.
Joe Biden being bought and paid for, and I mean that literally, bought and paid for.
How can we get this far? Forget the media for a second. I don't care about them. They're a weak sister, right? The opposition party. I care about the national security apparatus and the intelligence apparatus, particularly after I've been lectured by Brennan, my betters, Brennan and Comey and Clapper and Hayden, the four musketeers. These are clowns, okay? Russia. No, it's the Chinese Communist Party, and now we know what they're covering up. How did this happen? How did it possibly get that the security apparatus, knowing the travel they did over there, knowing that he was the head of the pivot to Asia, having all these informations, and having all the financial, everything you're going to see today, ladies and gentlemen, the U.S. government has had from the very moment it happened. When you see those wire transfers, it happened. This wasn't known during the Trump impeachment trial? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is why Wray has to be fired this morning. You have to fire Wray now. You can't wait till Tuesday night. A wimp waits till Tuesday night. A man fires him today. You have been, President Trump, you've been the leader of this movement. These people are out to get you. Silicon Valley, the oligarchs are not your friend. Zuckerberg talking about education, not your friend. He's there to destroy you and your family.
All of the leadership of these agencies, Steve, are equal risk to the national security of our country at this point, but because we know that they were willing to cooperate in the cover-up of the biggest espionage penetration of our government in history.
Is Jack Maxey right? But he just says this is the biggest infiltration of ladies and gentlemen, don't give me the hey, Madeline Peltz, don't give me the I'm not wearing the tinfoil hat. Everything we said, go back and everything we said is true, is backed up by a document, backed up by engagement lists, backed up by signed documents, backed up by wire transfer, ma'am, and all you other guys on the left are not covering it. Remember, you're going to be judged by history. Is Maxey right?
Yeah, without question. Look, this is the biggest,
why is he right?
Because there is a mountain of evidence here, documents, PDFs, communications, banking transfers, that tells you that Joe Biden has been up to his eyeballs in dealing with the Chinese Communist Party. And lots of other information that suggests they bought from him influence. Okay? That means they have recruited him in spy parlance. He works for Beijing. You're about to have that guy sit down in the Oval Office as an agent of the Chinese Communist Party.
Here's what never made sense, because there are no coincidences. It never made sense when he was the point guy. This deal never made sense. It was not a tough deal. The deal that Xi came and signed that had cyber intrusions and not militarized South China Sea. And then it was never executed from our side. He was a guy in charge. It was never executed. That sits out there now as something that's got to be He bragged about the 25 hours of one-on-one. Now we see all the documentation around it. We know the security apparatus had to know this. You've got the telecom. You get and read all the emails, but most importantly, the connective tissue is all the financial. They're up on the screen right now. Is you're starting to see for our radio audience, but you can see we're putting up the Real America Voice team out in Denver, putting up now all the documentation that we're tweeting out. National Pulse and others going to have it. But this is the death blow to the Bidens. Okay, a special prosecutor. I never get this wrong, folks. When I say the FBI director is going to get fired, he's going to get fired. Okay, weeks ago. Bannon's crazy, hair on fire, right? CCP told you about all these front companies. They're all crazy. What did I say a year ago? What did I say a year and a half ago? China's going to be everything at 220. Oh, Bannon doesn't know it. Richard Haas, he doesn't know it. The pandemic is from the Wuhan lab, right? And this money is all to buy off the elites, right, who are not holding them accountable. This entire election is around China and around the CCP because it is the biggest issue of our day. It is the thing that frames everything. The managed decline of our country is because the elites sold us out to the Chinese Communist Party, and now in living daylight, you get to see it. You get to see the engagement letters. You get to see the joint venture agreements. You get to see all the LLCs. You get to see the wire transfers, and you compare it to his lies. And Joe Biden is just a kind of a marginal, don't get me wrong, he's kind of a marginal glad-hander, right? They're buying a bunch of comments, but it's pure access. But it's deeper than that. No conspiracy, but no coincidences. Okay, so what would you do? Would you tell the President of the United States to pull the security clearance? Joe Biden's right now.
Absolutely.
Why?
Because he is working for the Chinese Communist
Party. Okay, that's a big claim. Why do you say he's working for the Chinese Communist Party?
Because he has been taking money from the Chinese Communist Party in ungodly sums for years. And in addition to that, I think you can look at what he has been doing on behalf of China and lay those two things next to each other and see what is obvious.
Anybody, Jake Tapper, anybody in the mainstream media, want to sit here and go through the documents. I understand all you guys are actors. You're not really thinkers. But bring your producing team. Bring it all. We'll go 20 on 1, 30 on 1. We don't care. Let's go back and forth. Show me. But this is why it's crickets. Why do you think they're not showing this at all? They understand it's a death blow. Not just a death blow to Biden. It's a death blow to the neoliberal, neocon apparatus. Right? They think they're so close to getting power back and to have it and to have the reset. Remember the global resets to cover The Economist? Time for the reset? No reset. Just go back to the party at Davos. What is the morale inside of people that are really patriots at the FBI, the people at Patriot CIA, when they see this go on? If they're looking here today and they see these documents come out.
Well, look, the morale is terrible. If you went in and fire people at the top, as you're suggesting, and frankly a couple of levels below that, what you're going to have is people standing and cheering in the hallways. The places are filled with individuals who want to go do the job, who don't want to play these games, who don't want to be anywhere near this stuff.
Would you come out of retirement? Would you go back and be a part? If President Trump put a Grinnell-like team together, would you be part of that team? You would volunteer?
Absolutely.
What's the first thing you would do? What's the first thing you tell the president to do?
Give me the authority to fire the people that need to be fired.
Are there enough good guys? Are there enough good men and women out there?
Yes.
There are.
Without question.
No doubt.
We'll come back tomorrow.
What's the first action you take against the Chinese? What needs? We're infiltrated at every level by the Chinese Communist Party and their money, culturally, institutionally.
Just get to work. I mean, look, it's not rocket science. Just start doing the job. Stop ignoring the problem.
Would you have the president talk to Barr today about a special prosecutor in this case?
Yeah, absolutely. Without question.
Do you think one should be appointed?
Well, yes, regardless of how the election turns out.
Sam, how do people? The book on the Kurds is fantastic, but I want people to go back and read the original book. Walk us through the original book. What's the title again, and how do they get it on Amazon?
Beyond Repair: The Decline and Fall of the CIA. It's on Amazon. Search under my name, Faddis.
It's a magnum opus. Okay, how about your Twitter handle and magazine?
Real Sam Faddis at andmagazine.com.
Just want to quickly throw up on screen this story that we just put up on the National Pulse because it relates directly to what you were saying. It's called "She Beckoned, They Came." U.S. tech CEOs fawned over Chinese Communist premier. Now, if you scroll down this thing, you see from back in 2015, the New York Times reported that these big tech CEOs not only went to this private, intimate meeting with Xi at Microsoft headquarters, but Zuckerberg says it was a meaning, personal milestone and a great honor. And Tim Apple says, "Did you feel the room shake?"
Another guy sold out of his country for the slave labor of China. Poor Lao Beijing. We're fighting together, folks. Sam Faddis, thank you very much. I know you got another big day. Newsmax, you're going to be everywhere today. Sam Faddis is hot, as President Trump says, hot. Okay, we're going to take a short break. We're going to bring another intelligence officer from the Navy. CIA versus Navy, Jack Posobiec, next on War and Pandemic.
If you're over 50, imagine you could turn back the clock on your stiff, achy joints 10, even 20 years. Imagine you could do this without products that just temporarily hide the symptoms and may have side effects. Imagine no more. Get your complimentary sample of Instaflex Advanced just by texting JOINT to 231231. Instaflex Advanced is different because it targets the root cause of joint soreness and stiffness. It doesn't just cover up symptoms. Instead, it bathes your joints in its unique combination of 5 key natural ingredients found in no other product. Key ingredients backed by 5 clinical studies. Instaflex Advanced is so powerful, you could have better knees in just 1 week. Maybe that's why it's #1 at GNC. But you can only get your complimentary sample by texting JOINT to 231231. Plus, text now and we'll include a tube of Instaflex pain cream with its exclusive oxygenated oil for fast-acting relief from the pain of arthritis, backaches, and sore muscles, absolutely free. Text JOINT to 231231.
This is the kind of card that has America talking. With it, people with Medicare are getting all-in-one coverage for their doctor visits, hospital care, prescription drugs, and more. This kind of insurance, called Medicare Part C, may also cover dental care, eyeglasses, hearing aids, fitness programs, vitamins, even healthy meals and rides to the doctor. With this kind of coverage, you do not need a Medicare supplement insurance plan. You will access your benefits through your Medicare Part C plan for one low and oftentimes $0 monthly plan premium. You deserve to get the most from your Medicare benefits. Call now for free information that may help you get more coverage for less money. There is no obligation to enroll. Whether for yourself or someone you love, call the number on the screen now. Call now.
So, Frank, you're a big hurt. Why do you need Nugenics?
After 40, a guy loses free testosterone. Even me. I couldn't stay in shape like I used to.
Frank! So does Nugenics really work?
Oh, yeah. My workouts are incredible now. I'm feeling stronger, more energetic, with a lot more drive.
Frank. So, say I knew someone who should try Nugenics. How does he do that?
It's easy. Just send a text to get a complimentary bottle.
Frank's right. Now you can claim a complimentary bottle of award-winning Nugenics by texting BUFF to 42424. Its unique formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help a man feel stronger, leaner, more energetic, and more passionate. Text BUFF to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenics Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of new Nugenics Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. That's BUFF to 42424.
War Room Pandemic with Stephen K. Bannon.
The epidemic is a demon, and we cannot let this demon hide.
War Room Pandemic. Here's your host, Stephen K. Bannon.
Okay, go to the War Room Twitter feed right now. We're dumping document after document after document. These are signed engagement letters. They're signed joint venture agreements. They're wire transfers. You see all the cash. Joe Biden's a stone-cold liar. We have never I mean, this is stunning. You have a Manchurian candidate. What you have is someone that's bought and paid for by foreign governments around the globe. Yeah, can we get to Jack Maxey? You can get off my smiling visage.
Do it again. They didn't catch that one.
Yeah, show it, Jack Maxey. Look at the level detail of this.
This is just about half of the PDFs that Hunter saved, going all the way back to the original incorporation documents for Owasco.
But he's the smartest guy I know. That's according to Joe Biden. He's the smartest guy I know. In the Biden family, we're going to have a Biden scale. You used to have an IQ, you're going to have a Biden scale, right? 90 IQ being a super genius. Right, rock star. Okay, now the CIA's rolled out to go to Newsmax, and now we brought in naval intelligence. Got Jack Posobiec, also speaks Mandarin. Okay, I want to ask you to kick this off, Posobiec. Put your naval intelligence officer hat on in your specialization in China. Is it true, sir, that Joe Biden and his entire crime syndicate family is completely compromised by the Chinese Communist Party? And the Chinese Communist Party knows that.
Well, Steve,
What we have here is a situation, I've been outlining this for several weeks, where I've explained that what the Bidens are essentially done is they've set up a triad-type organization where Joe is the mountain master, Hunter and the rest are his little masters. And so that's where you see these names, Devin Archer, Bevan Cooney, take Johnny Galanis, all the different names and cast of characters. That's the way to look at this. When the Chinese set up an influence operation, right, it's very different than what we'd consider bribery or corruption in the United States. What they do is it's the trading of favors before something is asked, right? So you're giving someone a deal, you're giving someone a cut of money, you're bribing them before you make an ask for something, because you're building up what they call guanxi. Guanxi, it means the direct translation would be relationship, but it's so much deeper than that. It's relationship, connections, it's reputation, it's all of those different things combined, and influence. They say, if you need something done in China, you have to go to someone who has guanxi. Yeah. So you're building that guanxi, and you're deepening.
It's a way. By the way, it's the same way the Nazis and the fascists work. In those systems, in those authoritarian, totalitarian systems, it's all about the personal relationship with somebody who's got juice.
That's right.
Okay, Joe Biden's got juice. Head of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. Vice President of the United States. Remember, it was not random Bernie Sanders followers that watch this show that Joe Biden was picked to babysit the fire-breathing anti-war populist that was Barack Obama. They had to put a neoliberal neocon during the financial crisis, right? They had to put a guy on there that could make sure that Wall Street's interest and corporate America's interest, the global corporations, the party of Davos' interest had a seat at the table. Why don't we randomly pick somebody? How about the senator from Delaware? Right, the senator from Wilmington, right? Not from Scranton, from Wilmington, the concierge for the globalist. So knowing what they know and knowing what we've exposed, Posobiec, where do you think we are in the arc of this story? We have Senator Ron Johnson, and Ron Johnson is not a guy who puts his hair on fire, right? He's saying, I think we need a special prosecutor now, right? Where do you think we stand in this, of the intelligence apparatus, of what they know? You heard Zuckerberg say yesterday that FBI told me that this is all going to be Russian influence and we should suppress it. Where do you think we stand?
Well, Steve, I'll tell you one thing that they'll never admit it, but I guarantee you boys at Langley and the CI shop are putting in some late hours right now, looking up some of these names in the various systems that they have. It wouldn't surprise me.
To cover up or to expose?
I think there are some people there at the lower levels that actually do want to do the right thing, that want to find out what was actually going on. But whether that will be allowed by the sort of, shall we say, the Miles Taylors of Washington, D.C. to get past the bureaucracy, that's the real question, right? And that's the same thing with FBI, the same thing with CIA. So they're digging into these networks, but it's going to take people like a Devin Nunes, like Akash Patel, like all the people, Rick Grinnell, when they would go forward. And you saw how fast these things change when you get the right people in the right place. And so it's going to take an effort like that to bring the full truth of what was going on there. Because I guarantee you, they're going to pick up a cell phone at CNN or CVS or 7-Eleven, like they talk about in some of these emails. We have the national security apparatus to be able to find out exactly why it was that they were using burner phones, who they were talking to, and then most importantly, what Patrick Ho and all these other Chinese actors that they were operating with, what they went and did, what they went and said after they got these signed documents from the Biden family.
I want to get the guys in Denver. Can we pull up? I want Hunter's thing yesterday, the verbal on the Patrick Ho. Just when you're ready, let me know. I want to play that again. Jack, where's your reporting going on this thing? One America's been fantastic. You've been covering this thing nonstop. Where are you guys going on this?
Well, we are going to be digging deeper. We're absolutely digging deeper into not only the Chinese aspect, but we're looking at the Russian aspect, the Ukrainian aspect, the fact that this money was being laundered in. It was going into essentially a pot that all of the cast of characters, that triad that I've talked about, what they were putting together. And then the question is, what type of projects were they investing in? What kind of cut on the other end of those projects was the Biden family getting, and who were they investing with here in the United States?
You got to remember, one of the reasons the Chinese Communist Party came to power and beat the nationalists is they partnered with essentially the mafia of China, the triads.
That's right.
These triad gangs are brutal, okay, and they're all kind of, they're the version, the mafia is based upon the Roman legions, right, about how the structure was. The triads kind of have that, a hierarchy. You have the mountain master and the little masters.
Right.
And you've seen this in how they're doing it. That's why this Chinese Communist Party, it was so easy for them to work with the Biden family.
Mao, it's an infamous part of Chinese Communist history that Mao cut a deal
100%.
with the triads because at the time Chiang Kai-shek and the nationalists had a firm grip on the country. They had just beaten him in sort of the first round of the Civil War. He had to go on this long march, et cetera, et cetera. I don't go through all the history, but
this is where also our intelligence agencies didn't have a real grip on how powerful the triads were. It's one of the reasons we lost China. Right. Besides that, there were communists in the State Department, as McCarthy.
Well, I was going to say there's
communists in the State Department, but they're also
Marshall
this is by the way,
telegrams.
History is all connected. It's all connected.
That's right.
Right. It's interconnected. This the CCP. The CCP today is no different than Mao's group of gangsters back in the late 40s. It's the same 5 families run it. Well, that's the 5 most powerful families on earth, right?
The triad culture ended up changing the CCP.
Yes.
Right, because that is when you saw the intellectuals and, we talk about the Stalinization of the Russian Communist
God, you're
Party,
smart,
but
Posobiec.
they never talk about the Maoist. I've been studying it 15 years. They never talk about the Maoization of the Chinese Communists. Mao wasn't the founder of the CCP, but he got rid of the founder, and he got rid of all the other intellectuals when he got in bed with the triads.
And his trigger man was a young guy that was Xi's father. Right, his young up there when they're up there in the mountain.
He was a prince, so he was a long marcher, and all of the sort of scions, the firstborn of the Long Marchers.
If you think this is a little arcane, you better get used to it, because these are your new masters. Okay, all the new federal state guys in the whistleblower movement and GTV and G News understand that the American elite has now openly in business with the Chinese Communist Party. And the social media, mainstream media are going to cover for it. They dare not. Why do you think there's been an overall suppression of this? And Zuckerberg's thing so stupid yesterday. And Dorsey admitted there was no Russian interference. We had to put up hacking. They just lied about why they suppressed this. They understand when working class and middle class people see this and see these documents and go, this guy can't be president of the United States.
And Facebook said they were going to fact check the New York Post. Remember?
Yeah.
That's what the guy Andy Swan. Can we get an update? Can we get an update, Andy?
Hey, Andy, you checking the Twitter feed of was it Steve Bannon's War Room? I don't even know what the Twitter. I refuse to learn it because Jack Dorsey controls it.
At War Room Pandemic.
At War Room Pandemic. Just go to the Twitter feed, Andy. We got to put this in Parler too. I want Parler to be the new Twitter, right? Everybody should go to Parler also. Rudy's got stuff up there. Rudy last night was on a Parler roll. He putting up all kind of crazy stuff, right? We're gonna have crazy Rudy here. Okay, Jack Maxey, tell us what you've got here. How brutal is it?
I don't even know where to start. Hunter Biden apparently put all of the PDFs of his whole life essentially into a file.
He's the smartest guy.
And
Joe Biden
so
ever
I
met.
guess why don't we start here? We want to prove that he is an asset of the Communist Chinese. Hunter, you probably shouldn't have samed your engagement letter with Ho. Okay, do you see this? It's stamped here.
Can we play Patrick Ho? Are we ready? Let's play the Patrick Ho audio as soon as we're ready. Let me know when it's going to go. Keep going, Jack. I want to play. So Hunter's got the signed engagement letter. Do we got it?
Yeah.
Let's play it. Let's play what he thinks about Patrick Ho's engagement letter.
I get calls from my father to tell me that the New York Times is calling, but my old partner Eric, who literally has done me harm for I don't know how long, is the one taking the calls because my father will not stop sending the calls to Eric. I have another New York Times reporter calling about my representation of the, literally, Dr. Patrick Ho, the spy chief of China, who started the company that my partner, who was worth $323 billion, founded and is now missing. The richest man in the world is missing, who was my partner. He was missing since I last saw him in his $58 million apartment and signed a $4 billion deal to build the largest LNG port in the world. And I am receiving.
Here's the part. Now we have the signed engagement letter. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. He knows he's a Chinese spy. He says he's the spy master.
Can I? What name?
He said,
what name is on that document, Darren Jack Maxey?
R. Hunter Biden.
Put the signature up, brother.
What are the signatures?
Signature right there.
I have my
Pull
glasses
in.
on today.
Hey, hold it. Our Hunter
Joe
Biden,
and Hunter.
he says that he knows he's a spy chief. Then he talks about Yi, and he says he's my partner. Yi's at the bottom of the Yangtze River, according to Rudy Giuliani and Milesguo, right? He's dead.
And even better, he gets a $1 million retainer. Now, here's something to think about.
Paid down front.
His deal with Patrick Ho. Okay, now we know that Patrick Ho had a FISA warrant out on him because one of Patrick Ho's attorney filed a complaint in spring of 2018 saying they didn't want any of this stuff to be revealed. Did somebody at DOJ tip off Hunter so that he could get a retainer from Patrick Ho so that he could avoid being on that FISA collection?
Wow.
I think we got to look into this. Who was running that at that time? Was that Jeb Boasberg? Was he the head of the FISA court at that time?
Yeah, we got to check into this. All the rot's going to come out now. Okay, here's what's also important. Go back to Bo Belinsky's interview with Tucker Carlson, Mr. Jack Posobiec. He says he gets the word when he's on a phone call with Hunter. It says, hey, I noticed that this money's going not to the thing we set up, but to other things. And in particularly, you guys are prepared. CEFC's announcing they're going to buy, 19% of the Russian natural gas company. 14%. How are we doing that? And that's when Hunter kind of gets officious and announces to him, by the way, you're talking about my client because I'm actually the lawyer for these guys. He admitted in his own voice that Patrick Ho was the spy chief and he took his money. Suck on that, Jake Tapper. Okay, we're going to end now. We're going to go out with Milesguo, take down, fight for Hong Kong. Also, that's all for Madeline Peltz. We're going to come back with Jack Posobiec, Naval Intelligence Officer, perfect speaker in Mandarin, and Jack Maxey, who's going to be walking through documents all day.
I've seen the signature before, by the way.
Yeah, I recognize that.
The Delaware
on
Mac
the Delaware
shop.
Mac shop. That's the exact same signature analysis right here, folks. Signature analysis, handwriting analysis.
So good. Suck on that, Bidens.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I guarantee you they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best sleep of my life.
They are so soft and smooth. I never slept so good.
I fall asleep faster because I'm actually comfortable.
I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable, which is why I can give you my full 10-year warranty. But I didn't stop there. My Giza sheets also include full 21-inch wide pillowcases that will fit over any pillow and deep pocket sheets that will fit over any mattress. I guarantee you the first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now. MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets are available in a variety of colors and will be the softest, most comfortable sheets you will ever own. Use the promo code and get 2 for 1 low price, plus free shipping. Giza Dreams are made with the finest, most sought-after cotton in the world. Giza cotton was once reserved for only the finest dress shirts, but is now available in Mike's Giza Dream Sheets. They feature a beautiful silky sateen weave that helps keep you cool and comfortable all night long.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best rest of my life.
I love my Giza Dream Sheets.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now to get your very own MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets. Use the promo code and Mike will give you a very special 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. That's right, get 2 for 1 low price and free shipping. Call or go online now.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Feel like you live a lot of your life online? The average person is connected almost 7 hours a day. And all that shopping, banking, browsing, and sharing could mean exposing your personal information. In fact, 64% of adults admit to risking online privacy for convenience. Is it any wonder that 26% of people had malware on one of their devices? Or that there's a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds? Your digital life may be in lots of places, but there's one place to help keep it safe. Norton 360 with LifeLock. With security to help block hackers from your devices, a VPN to help keep your online activity private, and LifeLock identity theft protection. Now, you can get up to 25% off your first year of Norton 360 with LifeLock with promo code TV offer. Call to start your membership or visit lifelock.com/TV offer.
War Room Pandemic with Stephen K. Bannon.
The epidemic is a demon, and we cannot let this demon hide.
War Room Pandemic. Here's your host, Stephen K. Bannon.
For the boys in Denver right now, the great crew over at Real America's Voice, and they're absolutely amazing. Can we pull, Vish, I want to get in locked and loaded the 25 hours of private one-on-one meetings. State Department, Mike Pompeo, today. We need the release of the readout from the interpreter of those meetings. This is unacceptable. They're not released. Mike, you got to step up to the plate. We need to see what's in the meeting. I think Richard Haas, the Council on Foreign Relations, right? Where is your outrage, Dr. Richard Haas? Richard Haas, who was lecturing me 4 weeks ago, this is going to have nothing to do with China. No, sir. You are dead wrong, like you've been dead wrong on everything, okay? This is all about the Chinese Communist Party and its takeover, its elite capture, starting with you, sir. Starting with you. Raheem Kassam.
Remember, we FOIA'd for the details of the meetings, and they told us April 2023.
2023.
Well, last week, Congressman Jim Banks wrote to the State Department and demanded an immediate release of this. He says it's the most important thing that we could find right now for the sake of national security. What was said in those private
Mark
meetings?
Meadows, pick the phone up and call Mike Pompeo, like, right now, and say, we want to see a dump, like the guys at War Room are dumping the docks. We need a dock dump today. We need a dock dump. Do we have it? We have it up. Can we play? Can we play? We can play Joe Biden bragging again. Let's get to Biden at the Council on Foreign Relations.
For China, I've spent a lot of time. Apparently, I was told by the folks of state I've spent more time in private meetings with Xi Jinping than any world leader. I have 25 hours of private dinners with him, just he and I, and one interpreter.
Okay, the deal there is you got to get a readout. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and do the replay. Okay, here we go.
I think that's coming out of Pasobic's cell phone.
Apparently, I was told by the folks of state I've spent more time in private meetings with Xi Jinping than any world leader. I have 25 hours of private dinners with him, just he and I, and one interpreter.
Okay, we don't have to play it multiple times. We got it. We got that. Denver, don't go crazy on me. Okay.
Naval intelligence at work here.
Yeah. He is Polish. No, just kidding. I didn't mean to say that.
Look at that. None of you would have any of this without the Pierogi gang. Bobolinsky, Tierman, Pasovic.
I have a question about that. Why is it, just like, by the way, just like taking down
naval intelligence,
just like taking down the Soviet Union, it was the Poles that stood up. Lech Walesa, it was the Polish Pope. And the Poles, why are the Poles so prominent in this story? Maybe that's a tale for another day.
There's something about the Polish where, look, we've been oppressed many times by foreign powers. You know, they say that the thing about Poland is it's a great country, but we've got bad neighbors. And look, you know, we know what it's like to lose everything. Poland was wiped off the map for almost 120 years. No, almost 120 years. It was partitioned, and the only thing that kept it together was the Polish people. Faith in God, faith in Jesus Christ, and the language and
this
the
is what's
culture
going to get the American
and keeping it going. And so they know that spirit, and they know the spirit of you remember when I came here? I think it was Memorial Day, and I talked about the story of General Pulaski.
Yes.
All right, General Pulaski was a Polish hussar who came to America, and he wrote to George Washington, saved George Washington's life at the Battle of Brandywine, and he said, "I came here because this is where freedom is being defended, and I will fight for it, and I will give my life." And he did give his life later at the Battle of Savannah. He's buried in Savannah right now.
This is what we have to do here. If we're going to save this republic, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a fight. Don't think you've seen the last 48 hours. Social media, the oligarchs in Silicon Valley, everybody's bought and paid for by the CCP. They're all in business with them. Raheem Kassam, National Pulse, has got up how they kowtowing to them out in Silicon Valley. It's all a fix. One American News, you guys have been amazing. Walk me through where your reporting's going today, tomorrow, up until Tuesday. What are you guys working on?
Look, what we're trying to do is we want to get a sense right now, because we are so close to the election, that we want to get a sense of the permeation of this story. Has this story broken through the great firewall of mainstream media and social media? And Steve, we're talking to people in Pennsylvania. We're talking to people in Florida. And I'm telling you, they have heard about this thing. They're all talking about this thing, or they heard it from a friend. They got to go check it out.
Note to self, I looked at the numbers.
Breaking out.
Biden's momentum has stopped, and it's because of this. And now you're seeing Trump peak at the exact right moment. Just small, for all the Democrats out there, sucking on your thumbs. Just small changes in these congressional districts of working class blacks, Hispanics, and whites. A little bit of shift, right? With the Karens, with the moms, just a little bit of shift is everything you need here.
From riots in Philadelphia that are still going on. They did set a curfew last night. They had the Mounties out, but there's still it's absolutely terrible what we're seeing in Philadelphia. And Steve, this story, they can't stop it. And let me tell you something. Have you seen any prominent Democrat leader out there defending Joe Biden?
No.
Show me one.
Yeah, they've reached out to even guys like Fast Eddie Rendell, and these guys are fantastic. They've reached out to
Rendell
a ton of people.
knows better.
You know why? Because they know what's coming out. If they had come out last week, because this is what we did the Andrew Breitbart of all. Suck them all out, let them get all out, and then drop the docs on them, right? Now they understand. They're going to sit there and tell the Biden guys, this is exactly why I didn't come out and defend you, right? Because of this stuff.
Yeah, they thought the documents were lost. We have the documents right here in the war room.
Didn't get lost in a FedEx. It's right here, coming up.
It's right here. It's in
right
the war
here.
room.
Yep.
Let's set up Doc Review. Maggie, Jake. Who else?
Maggie, come on, Maggie. Andy Carney, the whole team of the New York Times.
Andy Swan from Facebook. Come by, fact check this, man.
Andy,
Come on.
in fact, Andy, where are you? Send you New York, send you D.C. office. You got like 9,000 people. I tell you what.
We know you got the lobbyists.
Andy, send all the lobbyists. You've hired everybody in town. You got every law firm. You got every lobbyist. You got all the communications groups. Just pick an all-star team. Come on over. Jack Maxey will walk you through it.
To Bannon's townhouse.
It's snarling, Jake. Bannon's townhouse. It's all negative. But, Jake, it's called information, right? It's called news, right? Not that nonsense you guys talk about up there.
Yeah, Watergate was in a parking garage. What's your point?
By the way, FBI ratted out everybody. Don't remember, FBI corrupt down to its basic thing. I don't even get into the Kennedy assassination, right? That's for another day. There are no coincidences.
Esplanade.
Just take a vote. Are you lone gunman or grassy knoll?
Something that is clearly not a coincidence, and everybody has to understand this. The biggest corruption scandal in the history of the FBI that we know about was the covering for James Bulger's uncle, Whitey Bulger, for over 20 years. They covered up murders. The people of Boston suffered a terroristic regime because of the cooperation of Special Agent, I believe it was Costello. Why are they covering for the Bulgers again? There are no coincidences.
Try it. Okay, Jack Posobiec, what's your Twitter handle?
At Jack Posobiec, JCKPOSOBIEC.
We got to get Posobiec back here tomorrow. Posobiec, you're a patriot. Fabulous. You're a rock star. Okay, going out with some fight for Hong Kong.
Let the bullets fly a little longer. Let the bullets fly a little longer. Let the bullets fly a little longer. 干灭中国共产党这个 CCP.
Stay tuned to get a free pan from Granite Stone. Stuck on eggs, burnt on batter. You can scrub and scrape, but you can't escape the nightmare of your sticky pans. Introducing the Granite Stone Pan, the all-new durable non-stick pan. No butter or oil needed. Watch, we melted down these sticky candies in Granite Stone, and it just doesn't stick. We cooked a half a dozen eggs, bacon, cheese, and tomato breakfast with no butter or oil, and it just doesn't stick. Look, caramels, chocolate, and cheese. Unreal for any other pan, but not for Granite Stone. It just doesn't stick. Granite Stone will be the last pan you'll ever need because it's pressed from a solid aluminum disc for even heat conduction, then coated 3 times with our durable Granite Stone finish. Granite Stone is metal utensil safe and won't scratch. And talk about non-stick. This salmon cooked skin side down with no added butter or oil just doesn't stick. This steak is perfectly seared just like the pros. And because Granite Stone is oven rated to 500 degrees, we bake this upside down pan pizza to perfection, and it just doesn't stick. Fire Flambe Delicious Cherries Jubilee. Plus, it's PFOA free and 100% dishwasher safe. Call or go online to get your Granite Stone pan for the special TV discount price of just $19.99. Granite Stone is so durable it comes with a 10-year warranty. And with every order, you're going to get a Granite Stone single-serve egg pan absolutely free. It's the perfect size for personalized eggs, omelets, or frittatas that slide right out. It makes the best bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich quick. Yours absolutely free. We'll even ship your entire order free. That's right, free shipping. You get it all, an incredible value. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-850-0237. That's 1-800-850-0237, or order online at buygranitestone.com. That's 1-800-850-0237. Call now.